I think one of the key things that I've read about you, or one of your quotes, is that start running towards success and stop running away from failure. So can you unpack that a little bit more? I guess it is what
Yeah.
it sounds like, but
When I got my first graduate job, man, as an intern psych, I was told that I should get into sales, right? Because I had a massive fear of failure from the psychometric tests that I'd done. And so great salespeople have a massive fear of failure, right? That's what drives them, right? And so the problem with that, right, is that though it can be a very strong motivator, it's also deeply energy consuming, right? Because it consumes a lot of your headspace, right? You're constantly running away from failure and worrying about what failure is going to look like, right? If I go and do this. So instead of that, the piece of advice that I was given early on, which didn't really register for like 5 or 6 years, was that start running towards success. It's much more fun, right? And so when I sort of started unpacking that for myself, success meant certain things, certain outcomes, right? It could be about the certain kind of knowledge that you gain. It could be about accolades. It could be about income. It could be about, other things that were helpful for you and your family, right? Those, of course, are much more pleasing, right, to kind of focus on and think about. However, for me, the fear of failure was always a very strong motivator. I've never lost that. I still think about that to this day, right? It just doesn't occupy as much headspace as it used to. And so for me now, I'm thinking about, well, how many countries do I want to go to this year in 2024, right? How many people do I want to be impacting, right, in a positive way this year? Do I want to be, rewarding myself, with a holiday or something, right? That's going to make sense to me, right? Those are the kind of things that I'm now spending a little bit more time on than I used to. That is also energizing, in a different way, right? Fear of failure is also energizing, but it can be also draining, right? When it's done.
It's like negative reinforcement.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think understanding your own personality style around that is really important, but also knowing that these two extremes can be managed in each of us, right? And sometimes we need to tap into each of those depending on where we are.